Good morning. Hello. I hope everybody's well. I don't know where we say good morning. It doesn't matter. I don't know where you're joining from. It might be evening where you are. I'll wait for a few of you to join. While we're waiting, I'll just explain a little bit about how my work, my mediumship works. I'm going to be with you every Wednesday morning now at 10 a.m. till 11. So if you can join me, I'll be really grateful. Um, what I normally do is sometimes I go directly, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I start channeling. If you see my eyes shut, then it's because I'm channeling. Um, it all depends on how spirit actually wants me to work. I don't normally tell till I start working. Um, but that's how I go really. If I do come to you, please answer me as soon as you can with yes, no, or you know, don't feed the medium, but just let me know if the information I'm giving you is correct, um, and then we can go from there. And then normally, like a book, it starts out, the book page opens, I start telling a story, and the book unfolds with your help too. So I need your help just as much as you need mine. So be aware of that. Thank you. I do actually come to you. With that, I'm going to get started. Hello, Julie, hello Karen, hello White, Miss Kay, Amanda. Thank you all for joining. Let me see where we're going. Hi Tanya. Okay, so to start off, I know I've got a male energy coming through. I know he may have been a father, grandfather. He shows me himself in the later days with a stick. So I know he would have. He also shows me that in the earlier days that he more dressed in white. So, and he's also showing me bowling on a green, not bowling in an alley, bowling on a green. And he's showing me that, and that was like a pastime. I think he actually played for like for a pub or a social club or a bowling club. I think that's the impression that he's putting on me. Is anybody connecting to this lovely, lovely man? Also, it gives me the name William. I don't know whether William's his name, Bill, is saying Bill, so I think it would have been shortened. I don't know whether. Okay, but so can anybody take this information? I don't know if that's his name or he's giving me that name. If you can take this information, this man would have, he enjoyed bowling. He enjoyed bowling, not bowling in an alley, but bowling on a green. He shows me the bowls and he shows me more dressed in white. So whether that's how he would have dressed when he was playing bowling, or whether that's something to do with a part of his life that he would have been dressed in white. So whether if anybody can take any of this information, please let me know. So this man would have he shows me all in white. So whether that was some kind of my husband liked bowling, thank you, right, Corner. Would you understand him being dressed in white? He had a white jacket, right then. Let's carry on a little bit and let's see where we're going. Right, okay, thank you, Cornelia. Let's see where we're going. I'll give a little bit more information up and see what's happening. Right, so okay, so this man as well, he, as he comes closer, he presses on me a breathing difficulty, and I'm feeling like I'm struggling to breathe. If that will help anybody be able to know where I'm going. Yes, okay, right. But also this man is giving me pain in my left side of my chest. So I think there may have been a heart condition concern connected round his passing as well. Would you understand that, Cornelia? Hello, Geraldine. Heart condition. Thank you. The messages are coming up a bit slow, so please grin and bear with me, ladies. Thank you. But I think I'm with you then, Cornelia. Can I work with you, my love? Right, okay. So as this man comes closer to me, um, he impresses on me that he would have been very, very a straight talker, but at the same time very, very reasonable. So you could, you know, you didn't just have an argument with him. He would be reasonable. He would see. He's telling me he's seen two sides to every story. But that touched you, Cornelia. He's telling me that he always listened before he jumped in. But that, and he's saying to me, um, if you jump in first, head first, and you don't always get the clear picture. So he's showing me, he's telling me, sorry, he's saying to me that he was the type of person that always seen both sides to every story. Would that make sense to you, Cornelia? I'm going to carry on and just keep reading because the comments are coming through a little bit late. So what I'm going to do is I'll just keep reading and take the information as you can, Cornelia, if that's fine with you. Right. So as he comes through, and he's right, okay, right, right. I know that he's come through because there's some concerns with you. Not sure at times. Okay, that's fine. Would you understand him being concerned about you at this moment? Would you understand that? He's saying about how much you're worrying. Would you understand that? Because he's saying about how much you're worrying, and he's saying he doesn't like to see you worry. Yes, right. Okay. And would you understand if I said to you that it, you're worrying over a health condition? We're not doctors and we don't, you know, we don't prescribe or we don't know, but would you understand if I said to you that he's saying it's over a health condition? Because what he's saying to me, yes, thank you, love. Right. So what he's saying to me, what will be, will be. You can't change what is or what's there. He's telling me that he feels that um you've neglected yourself for a while. Would that make sense? And he's saying that you've neglected yourself because you're too bothered about taking care of others. And yourself, you are always the last one to get to be dealt with, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay, thank you. And let me see what he's got to say. Okay. So what he's doing now is impressing on me pain at the top of my back, and I'm feeling like I can't stand straight, and he's telling me to stand and pushing my back to straighten up. Would that make sense to you at all, Cornelia? Because he's saying about the top of my back. He's like, he's giving me, he's giving me the impression that I've got the top of my back, I've got pain, lower back problems. Thank you. Okay. Would you understand why I'm getting the pain at the top of my back? Would you understand a posture position, a posture condition that may be affecting the lower back? Would you understand that, Cornelia? Because I'm feeling it's something to do with my posture because he wants to sit me up straight, okay, in your legs. Would you understand that? Because I'm feeling like I'm curled over and he wants to push my back and straighten me up. Could be posture. Yeah. Okay, lovely. Thank you. Right, so let's see what this lovely, lovely man wants to bring in for you. Okay. Right. So I know that he's bringing in lilies. He's bringing me in lilies and he's giving me a big bunch of lilies to give to you. I don't know whether, but he's making me feel that he would have bought you some lilies at one time because these white lilies, and he's saying he's bringing them in, and he's saying about something coming up. Is there an anniversary coming up or something coming up that's special, or a birthday? Because I'm feeling like something's coming up because he's showing me special occasions. Hardly bought me flowers, but you say hardly. Did he buy you lilies? Did he buy you lilies? And if he didn't, he's bringing them in for you now anyway. Right, okay. I am Tuesday, so I'm trying to say that it's never the next week. No, never. Okay, right. Well, then he's bringing the lilies in for you now, and he is also saying that he wasn't a very romantic kind of person. He's also saying that um, he didn't say "I love you" as much as he should have, and he's saying, but he always expected that you just knew. And with that, he's saying he did love you, and he thought, is it? Well, the words he's saying is, "I loved the bones of her, but I wasn't very romantic." That's what he's saying. I'm not a mushy kind of guy. Right? Okay. Right. So you're saying that you're flying to South Africa. Okay. Right then. Okay. Sweet. And now he's telling me, because he wants to be protective of you, and he's saying that you're flying to South Africa and he's putting on flight socks on you and he's doing all them protected. And he's saying that it will turn out okay. Everything will turn out okay. Um, you've just got to stop the worrying. And he's saying that he knows that's hard for you, but you have got to stop worrying because the worrying's not helping. And he said it's not going to change anything. He said that he supports you, he's around you, he loves you, and he's bringing lots of green. And green for me is healing, so I know that he's bringing you lots of green healing in. And he's asking me, I'm also a Reiki master, to send green healing to you, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm sending you that green healing. Accept, Cornelia, accept the healing. Yeah, okay, sweet. Right, so I've sent you the healing. Thank you for working with me. I hope all this makes sense. I hope you have a safe travels, and I hope everything works out for you, my love. And I leave that His love with you. Thank you. Hello, everybody who's joining. Let's see where we're going next. Kerry Smith, I'm gonna come to you, please. Kerry Smith. Kerry Smith. Kerry Smith, would you understand that being in spirit? Would you understand that being in spirit? Or a male energy that would feel like that? Thank you. Thank you. Right, Kerry. Do you mind working with me, my love? Okay, right. So as this male energy comes through, and I know his dad, because he was quite, I don't normally get that, but he was very, very determined that he was dad. So he wanted to come through as dad. He wanted to be noted straight away that he was a father. He wants to tell me that a relationship that you had with him was quite special. Would you understand that, Kerry? He's saying it wasn't the, you were very, very close to him, and he's showing me that you looked after him. Would that make sense? Again, the comments are taking a long time to come through. Right, Kerry, I'm just going to carry on with the message just in case. Take what you can. All right, sounds more like my stepdad. Okay, right, thank you. Well, he he comes as he comes up through to me. He wants to be known as dad. So I feel that if it's your stepdad, that he wanted to be accepted as dad, and that's how you've seen him. He was a dad to you. He's making me feel that he was dad. He's also making me feel that he was somebody that you could go to, someone you could rely on, was always there for you and happy to play the role as dad. Yes, he was. Okay, thank you. And he's saying to me that although there was some rocky roads in your relationship here and there, it was really a good relationship on a whole. And he's saying, you know, at first it was rocky, but we got there, if that makes sense. He's saying he couldn't have loved you any more than if you was his own daughter. Um, he makes me feel, that's sweet. He makes me feel a little bit off balance as he comes closer to me. I don't know whether that will make sense to you. I'm feeling a bit off balance, and I'm feeling like almost I'm afraid to take a step because I'm falling. Would that make sense to you, Kerry? Is that with yourself or with him? It is making me feel that I'm fighting to take a step, or is this how things are in your life at the moment? You're fighting to take a step forward, a leap forward with what whatever's going on in your life. That would be you. Okay, lovely. Right, because he's putting impression on me that I'm scared to step in case I fall. Um, right, okay. I know that as well. As I'm talking to him, he's coming closer. I know that you see butterflies, and when you see butterflies, you relate them to spirit because he's saying about the butterflies. Would you understand, Kerry? And he's saying about the butterflies, and he's saying that spirit send the butterflies to you. Yes, right. But that's their spirit's way of letting you know and letting you know that he's around you. Um, and he wants to just make you aware of that. Right, okay. I don't know why, but he's bringing in an ink pen, a biro, and he's passing me a biro. Would that make sense to you, Kerry? He's bringing me in a biro, but it's some kind of special pen, and you can click it down. He's showing it me, and it's some kind of a special pen. Would that make sense to you, Kerry? Ah, right, okay. So he's bringing in the right. So is there something, Kerry, that you've been wanting to write, but you haven't actually got round to it yet because he's placing his pen into giving it to me and telling me to put it into your hand. Would that make sense? And he's doing that. And this pen is a special pen. So I know it's something special that he wants you to write down. Is there something that you've been planning or thinking about writing? There's lots I've wanted to write but haven't had time. Okay, thank you. Well, he's telling me to tell you to make that time for that because he also saying to me that it's good for the soul, it's good for you. When you write, you express everything that you feel, and he's saying when you do that, it's like you put down your emotions onto the paper, and he's saying about how good that is for you, for your soul, and how it helps you with, and he's saying mental clarity. He's saying that it gives you that, your mind, makes your mind clear. Would that make sense to you? Would you understand why, as well, that is impressioning on me, my stomach area? I'm feeling like I've got problems with my stomach area. Would you understand that? And also with the pen as well, he's also now bringing in a crossword, whether he done crosswords or whether you like to do them, but it's like some kind of puzzle. Would that make sense? He's also bringing that into always stomach problems. I have IBS. Thank you. Okay, then right. So, as I said to the previous lady, um, he again wants me to send healing to you, which I'm going to do now. And if you can accept that healing, he likes crosswords. If you can accept the green healing light that I'm sending to you, Kerry Smith, through to your stomach area, absorb the green energy and the green light that I'm sending to you. And I'm going to ask if you can get some relief for that. And he's doing that, and that's what we're doing. We're doing that. Well, I'm sorry I have to keep my messages short, but I like to try and get to as many people as I can. But I'm going to ask him why he's come through. And, right, okay. Right, so he's telling me about a question. He's saying there's a question on your mind, and you've been asking Spirit to give you some kind of a sign. So, and he's saying everything will be just as it should be. And he said, and he's giving me yes. He's telling me yes. So I don't know whether what the question is. I'm not supposed to. I'm only the postman delivering the mail. And he's saying there's been a question that's hanging on your mind. And he said yes. And he said that you've been looking to Spirit to get the answers. Thank you. He likes the crosswords. A question, yes, to the question, right, lovely. So the question that you've been asking Spirit, or you've been waiting for an answer, he said yes. He told me to tell you yes. Don't know what the question is, not supposed to, but he said you've been looking to Spirit and you've been asking, and the answer there is yes. And with that, I'm going to leave it. It's a beautiful man's love with you. He's got a lovely energy, thinks the world of you. He's around you all the time. He's saying the butterflies, and especially the ones that hover around like that. That's him. And he said to look out for him. And with that, I'm going to leave his love with you. Thank you very, very much, Kerry, for working with me. Again, people, if you're just joining, I'm going to be with you every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. till 11 a.m. So if you want to join me, if you don't get a message this time, please continue to join me. Eventually, Spirit will come around to you, and then let's see where we're going now. You're welcome, love. Dawn Johnson. Dawn Johnson, can I come to you, please? Would you understand a younger male in spirit? A younger male in spirit. And when he comes forward, he's got a crash helmet in his hand. So I know he would have drove motorbikes. A younger male, and he would have been. Hi, Davey. Okay, thank you. Okay, right. Now, when he comes close to me, Dawn, he comes through. I work through my left and my right, and he's coming through from mother's side. So, was this your son, Dawn? Was this your son, or from your mother's side? Right, okay. So your Uncle Jimmy. Would have he Jimmy, Uncle Jimmy, would have he been from mum's side? Would you understand that, Dawn? Right, thank you, Dawn. Thanks for that. Right. Okay, so would you understand that your Uncle Jimmy passed before his mother passed? Because the link between mother and son is very strong. That is how he's coming across. My mum's sister was married to Uncle Jimmy, right? Look, that's very strong to get me to recognise the relationship between. That's why, Mum. Thank you for that. Right, let's see what is. Okay. Okay. Would you understand that as he comes forward, he's putting pressure on me that I'm in trouble to speak. I'm getting confused with my words, and my words are coming out all muttered. Would you understand that, Dawn? The Because the comments are taking so long to come up, and I'm having to wait around for the answers. It's not your fault, it's the actual internet. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to carry on with the message, and you take what you can out of the message. Yes, he had dementia at the end, right? Thank you. That makes sense, because as he comes forward, Dawn, he he makes me feel that I'm struggling to get out what I want to say, and I'm feeling frustrated, and I feel like I'm getting angry because I can't get people to understand what I'm trying to say, if that makes sense to you. He's also saying about that he feels that you've been down on your luck a little bit lately. Would that make sense, Dawn? He's saying about you being down on your luck, and he's saying that you don't seem to be having much luck lately. It seems like everything is not going how, it's just not going your way. Would you understand that? He's making me feel that what the words he's saying is you've had a bad run of events lately. Would that make sense? Them are his words. Right, thank you. Right, because he's saying you've had but he wants you to know that things are going to turn. Right, he brings in September. He's giving me September, and he's saying so. By the end of this month, I think things are going to change. Whether September's important with you, with a birth anniversary or a passing, but September he's bringing that in. And he's saying things are going to get better for you. He's saying that things haven't been how you wanted them to be, or how life has threw you. He's saying it threw you a few curveballs, but he knows that things are going to change for you. Um, okay. He's mentioning as well about the seasons, Dawn. He's saying about how the seasons affect you. So whether you suffer with SID or whatever, but he's saying about how the seasons affect you, and he's saying about the seasons come and go, but it won't be long till the sun's back out, if that makes sense. Because he's saying about a bit of depression. Would that make sense to you, Dawn? And he's putting on a bit of depression to me, making me feel a bit down. And he's saying it's all, I. He's telling me that you get affected by the seasons. Okay. Right, okay. So I think what Uncle Jimmy's come through for is he's come through to say that you've been down on your luck and things are going to get better. They are going to change. He mentioned September. We're in September. So whether September is important in another way or whether he's saying by the end of this month, things should start looking different for you and changing, if that makes sense. And I think he just wanted to come in and say that to you. And I'm going to leave his love with you. And thank you so much for working with me. Right, okay. So I know now I've got a man that's come in and he's coming through. And I know he's making me feel that I'm struggling to see. So I know he would have had a problem with his eyes. He's a man, and I feel that he's a father, and he would have had problems with his eyes. Charlene, my dad. Okay, thank you. Well, let me just go a little bit further with this man. Right, so I know this man would have had problems with his eyes. Um, in the fact that he's actually using a white stick, Charlene, would that be your dad? Okay, right, lovely. Thank you. Right, would you understand that, Charlene, that your dad's saying to me that he didn't believe a lot of with this, that he wouldn't have believed in this? Because he's saying he feels daft. That's his words. I feel daft coming here. That's what he's saying. Right, okay, lovely. Thank you. All right, then. So he's a lovely personality. He's really happy, jolly. Although I feel that the eyesight was a problem to him, I don't feel that he was the type of person to dwell on it. He would have thought, oh, well, let's get on with it kind of attitude. I know he cared so much about others more than he did himself as well, because he's saying there was people a lot worse off than me, if that makes sense. He's saying people was a lot worse off than me. Right, okay, you're a medium yourself. That makes sense as well, because he's saying he wouldn't have really believed in this. He would have seen it as a bit of old nonsense. Um, and he said, but what he's actually saying to me, he's saying the door was open. And he said, and he could see all these people coming through, and he just went come through to see where they were going. That's what he said. He said he wanted to see where they were going. So I'm saying to him, was it a bit of an accident that you got here? And he said, yeah, but it's a good accident. So he's coming round to the idea of mediumship, if that makes sense. He's okay. He's also on saying that there's a lady in spirit with him. I don't know whether that's mum or whether it's his mum. And she's back by the door, and she would have been this type of person. She would have held back. She would have let him come through, let him see what was going on. And if it was any good, she could come along. But if it wasn't, she'd just stay there. But he has to come and check first. This lady's very, very, very quiet, so on the quiet side as well. Um, she very feminine as well. Okay. Right, you Gran. Okay. Then. So what I feel that Gran's doing is staying in the background, and she's seeing whether I'm any good before she comes in. This is what she's doing, because she's making me feel like no one was quite as good as her, if that makes sense. Because she's telling me that there's lots of fakes out there. This is what she's saying. There's lots of fakes out there, and there's lots of people that are using the medium as they're under a medium. And she said, but they're fake. And she said she's testing the water before she talks to me. Okay. With with this lady as well, I don't know what Charlene, but she's holding a locket on a chain in her hand, some kind of locket or something. But because she's back there, she's talking to me, but she's not come right forward. Now, I think this lady would have held something in her hand when she gave readings. Would that make sense? Some kind of thing on a chain. She would have held it when she was giving readings, because I can see it in her hand, but I can't actually see what it is. It looks to me like some kind of a locket, but I could be wrong. Yes, okay, thank you. Because she's saying how the importance of protection, right? So I feel that, and what she's telling me is that you have been working on that more so lately than ever, and the protection, because she's saying that's the importance of the protection. Would you understand what she means by that? Yeah, you're going live soon. Thank you. This is what she's trying to say. She's trying to say about that, about how important the protection is, because I know that I'm not speaking. There's people that just think they can just go onto a live, go on to reading doing a mediumship, and they don't need it. And she is saying the the importance of protection, because we need to be safe too. This is what she's saying. We need to be safe too. Okay. Right. She's also telling me as well that recently you've experienced something to do with a bad energy. And she said that's gone away now, but you've experienced something to do with a bad energy. Would that make sense to you, Charlene? Okay, lovely. Because she's saying that how these energies can cling, and she's saying this is why she's coming through to let you know about the importance of protection. She said that she's one of your guides and she works closely with you. Um, she's saying about that she works close with you and she's always there. And she said she's very, very much at your doorkeeper, where she watches and sees who's coming through. And she makes sure that only the people with the highest love and light come through. And that's what she does for you. That's her role. That's her protection. She's saying she's still protecting you from spirit as she would have on the earth plane. And that's what she's doing. But also, Dad stood there now and he keeps on touching, like to say, well, am I going to get a word in edgeways? And so I'm going back to him and I'm asking him about what he wants to come through and say. He's telling me that he wants to, okay, sweet. He wants to give you lots of love. He wants to give you encouragement. And he wants to tell you that he's loving watching from spirit how you've just started to believe in yourself. So I don't know whether that makes sense with your spiritual work, whether you've been doubting yourself or now you've started to believe in yourself, because he's saying he really loves that. And he's saying the courage that you've got and you've had has really, really shone through. And I know that they're sending you so much love from the spirit world, and they are saying that, all right, okay, I'm just going to give you saying daffodil and daisies. I don't know what that means. That's a word. That's what he's just saying to me. So whether he's doing daffodil and daisies, and he's telling me to tell you how much he loves you, and so's Nan too, Gran, and she's saying, remember everything she's told you. So I believe that you may talk to Gran as well when in mediumship or something, in meditation, because I feel that that's what she's doing. And with that, I'm going to leave her love with you. Thank you very much for working with me, and your dad's love too. Let's see where we're going to go. Right, okay. So I've got a lady coming through, and she she impresses on me that she would have been a sister. And she's telling me she was very, very tomboy growing up. Very, very tomboy. Very much the tomboy while growing up. If anybody can understand this lady in spirit who's come through, and she was very, very tomboy, and I know she gives me the impression of a sister. So whether she was a sister to somebody on it or she did have a sister. Right, okay. Bernadette. Right, let me give you a bit more information off her and then we can see where we're going. Okay. Right, so when she comes through, I know that she's wearing a black leather jacket. So a black leather jacket would be connected with this slider. And what she's saying to me, say it's a box leather for some reason. Say it's a box leather. When age-wise, when she comes through to me, they don't always come through the age that they pass, but I would say early 30s. That's what I'm saying. Might be back with you, Charlene. Let's see. I'd say early 30s, but if she was late 30s, then she looked younger than her age. 35, okay. Let's see where we're going then with you. Okay. So would you understand, Charlene, that, or whoever, would you understand that she was a sister? So, yes. So would you understand? I know I've looked back at the chat that you said stepsister, but would you understand that she didn't see herself in that way? She saw herself as a sister. I know if this is with you or whoever, I know there's a cancer condition with this lady because I'm getting a funny taste. I'm feeling really exposed. So I feel like I went through a lot up until my passing. I went through a lot of I was exposed to a lot of treatment. If that makes sense. Yes, cancer. Because I feel like that everything was being tried. This was being tried. That was being tried, and I feel like I was exposed to everything, and I just wanted to say enough's enough, and I had had enough. That's what she's making me feel. She's making me feel that she was prepared when she was ready to pass, and she was ready because she couldn't cope with any more of the situation that she was in. If that makes sense to you, she makes me feel that I I was, but she's also saying, but this, okay, thank you. This is, she's also saying to me as well about an awkward situation. And that's why she's come in about an awkward situation, Charlene. So she feels that there's something around you that's all being is an awkward situation. Would that make sense? She's also saying, okay, don't know why I want to say Leamington Spa, but I'm getting Leamington Spa. So whether that's around you or what, I don't know where you come from, but she's saying Leamington Spa. And she's on about service stations, abusive relationship. She's on about service stations. And I know there is a service station in Leamington Spa. I don't know though, I'm not sure if they're in England. Yeah. Would you understand Leamington Spa, Charlene, while she's bringing that in? And she's on about a service station. Okay, thank you. Because I don't know why, but she said that quickly, but it was to give validation or whatever. She didn't go into it, but she said it, and she said it quickly. Um, would you understand there being children that were left behind? Because she's saying, I'm always around the children. And she's mentioning a girl. 4 children, thank you. And she's mentioning a girl. Now, would you understand that the one child of being a girl, if she is a girl, I don't know, is having a lot of emotional problems in her life? Because she's showing me a lot of sadness around this young lady. And she's saying that she's very vulnerable and she's in a vulnerable situation. And, right, okay. And she's saying about that she wants to, well, the word she's saying, kick her into touch and make her see the wood through the trees, because I feel like this young lady's not seeing things clearly, and that's why that's what she's worried about. And this is what she's saying. This is why she's come in. She's worried about this girl, and she's saying she's not seeing clearly. And well, okay, and I feel that this is to do with a relationship too, because she's saying she's not seeing the true person. She's seeing what she wants to say, and it's not always black and white. If that makes sense. Okay, thank you. Right, so I think this is why she's come through. I think she's trying to tell me that, like, she's asking me to ask you, Charlene, if you can support there, if you can really support, because she's saying I'm watching from the other side and there's not much I can do. But I am. I want, I only want the best for my children. And she's saying, I'm not just being a mom. I can see that this is bad. This is what she's saying. Okay, thank you. Right, lovely. Um, and she's saying that she wants her to see clearly. And she's saying there's so much happiness ahead for her if only she just reached out and took it. And that's what she wants to get her over for her daughter. And she wants her to know that she's on about somebody believing in aliens as well. And she's saying, well, a load of rubbish. But I don't know about that, what she's going there, but she's on about aliens. Time's nearly up, so I'm going to leave her love with you. Thank you again for working with me. Please just send her love from Mum, and say that Mum's watching and Mum only wants the best for you. And she wants you to open your eyes and see more clearly what's going on. And with that, I'm going to leave her love. Thank you for working with me. If you didn't get a message today, I'm really, really sorry. If you come back with me next week, hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll get a message. I'm here again at 10 next week. Thank you for everybody that has worked with me, and thank you for everybody that has joined me. And please, please carry on supporting us, because without you, we can't do what we're doing. And thank you so much. Much love. I think I should be going up any time now. Stay